Other than that, most of my days in Japan was mostly bad. Like, after every single work day. Like, after I went to Makuhari Messe or after a meeting I had with my managers, I would always end the day in the bathhouse. Yeah, I also took a bath. Like, I took most of my baths with Yofi, but I also took a bath with Liz and also Shiori. And I made a keen observation. It turns out, so you see, I don't know if it was Liz's first time going to the bathhouse. I think it was. I think it was Liz's first time going to the bathhouse. And I think she was a little bit intimidated, you know, because being naked in front of a lot of people, I mean, obviously, that sounds intimidating for foreigners. Like, Japanese people might be used with the idea of bathhouse, but we don't actually bathe with other people, you know? Yeah, so Miz was actually pretty intimidated. She was pretty shy at first, but she decided, hey, you know what? You only live once. And so she invited me. She was like, Ollie, you want to bathe together? And I was like, yeah! I was actually also planning on bathing with Shiori, so do you wanna like bathe together? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So me, Liz, and Shiori, we went to the bathhouse. I washed both their backs, by the way. I washed both Liz's and Shiori's. And I noticed that it turns out Liz is a strong bather. Like, I don't know how to say this, but like, I'm not the type of person that stays in the bathhouse for too long, you know? Like, at most, I probably stay from 10 to 15 minutes. But Liz she's on a completely different level. She could just sit down inside the bath and she wouldn't even have to move. She wouldn't even have to like get up to get some air. She stays a while. Yeah, she just sits there. I think we were there for like 30 minutes. Shiori tapped out because, you know, it was a busy day. So she decided to like leave both me and Liz alone. She went back to her room pretty early. And it was just me and Liz. I tried to accompany her, but goddamn, she was so strong. I think if I hadn't told her that I wanted to get out, I don't think she would have gotten herself out of the bathhouse. You know, she probably would have stayed there. So how was the view? Okay, I can't tell you guys anything about the view. That's for me to keep. That's for me to know and for you guys to see. She's not named Bloodflame for nothing. No, for real though. I was so surprised. She was like, she's so strong. Like, I got super lightheaded. And she was just there. She was just chilling. How's their view of you? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, but speaking of breast, that kind of did happen. So, there's a moment when we were at Makuhari Messe. There was a moment in Makuhari Messe when we were just looking through the booths. There was a moment where I was sitting next to Robocco senpai and Aki senpai. Yeah, and it was really, really cold. You know, Robocco senpai was like, samui ne. And I was like, oh, is it cold? And I'm like, give me your hand. And so she put her hand in mine. And she was like, ori attakai. Yeah, so I held her hand. I tried to warm her up. Like, contrary to popular beliefs, my body emits heat. Like, I may be a corpse, I may be a zombie, but I don't have cold skin, guys. I'm pretty warm. I'm like the best cuddling material. But anyways, I held Robocco senpai's hand and then I tried warming her up with my own hand. Ollie, you're so warm. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what else is warm? My breast. I told her, maybe if you touched my chest, it will be warmer. And she's like, are you sure? And then Aki senpai chimed in, huh, really? And then Aki senpai groped me. It's like, it is pretty warm. An episode like that happened. Ollie, you have the biggest brain in the world. Listen, I never forced them. They touched it on their own. I kind of feel bad for telling these stories, like these giri safe stories. I think I saw on Twitter, the newer fans didn't want me to get tainted. Little did they know that I'm very, very tainted. I'm sorry for talking about these adult topics.